What's up? How is everybody doing today? This is Creasos. I hope you're having an amazing day, afternoon, night, whatever time you're viewing this. I'm glad you are joining me for today's topic because this is a topic that's not necessarily only in gaming, but it has crept its way deeply into the gaming community, and I really want to talk about it because I've actually talked to some people off camera and things like that and off the mic and asked them a couple things about some insight on this specific subject. And this subject right here, we're going to be talking about real supporters versus pretty much what they call simping, and or people who might be, say, thirsty, or I don't know, it's pretty much however you want to put it nowadays, but I'm not going to put a specific label on it. But simp has been the most popular word used lately, and I do think it is a good description of some ways people act, especially some of these screenshots and things like that I've seen in DMs. But honestly, it's been something that's now become a meme and completely overused. So pretty much today I'm going to be breaking this video up like I'm going to be breaking them up in the future, and how I've done in the past on the other channel, where I talk about the specific subject at hand and also give a couple points of view from people in the community, gaming in specific, and also give my overall opinion on everything that's been going on this subject. So let's go ahead and take a look at this word simp. So the Urban Dictionary defines it as a man that puts himself in a subservient, submissive position under women in hopes of winning them over without the female bringing anything to the table. And I guess I could safely say that sums up a lot of what I've been seeing, especially under some of these more popular viral videos that come under. Some of the things that I'm seeing people say is honestly frightening, to see the fact that people are putting another person over their own self-interest that much. But at the same time, I mean, I honestly always go over how much I love e-girls, but I'm never into it to the point where I'm going to hype up somebody's ego to the point of no return, and or make myself look like possibly a fool in front of everybody. Because yes, nowadays I know people want to say it's just Twitter, it's just social media, it's just Instagram, but this has become the actual social square and the new age medium of how we all socialize. I mean, let's be real, when's the last time you sat down and watched the news for a couple hours? Really can't think of it, at least especially for myself. But when it comes down to looking up different topics, when it comes to especially gaming, but even day-to-day political news, or finding out what the next viral sensation is going to be, we're always looking at social media, and Twitter has become a place that is I can't even really place a word on it right now. It's almost like a void and a black hole for people to kind of throw their thoughts out. But the benefit of that is now we pretty much have endless amounts of free research to do on the subject. And that's exactly the first thing I did here. Now, I'm not going to read all of these verbatim because honestly, this is my example of the black hole and void that Twitter has become. There are people, for example, that are going to use this new simp meme to try to insult or maybe just incite an argument with somebody while they're talking to someone or paying an actual compliment. And on the other side, there are actual comments where I read them and I'm just kind of like, I don't know where your mind was on this day. I don't know if you only got 2 hours of sleep, and or you're in some type of subservient, desperate attempt to get somebody's attention so bad that you're willing to belittle yourself to uphold another person. But at the end of the day, I've seen a lot of people say this. I've said something similar in a previous video, which unfortunately is not available anymore. But if I can find the voice track and the files for that, I'll go ahead and do a re-upload like I'm doing for the Sidewave chats. But like when it comes to donations and things like that, which is actually going to segue me into the next part of the subject, and that's how people need to go about how they're going to show their support. Now, I had the opportunity, and I'm going to keep the names anonymous of course, but I am very thankful for the comments that I received from some people in the community, because I had an opportunity to talk to a couple people. I'm going to put them all up right here, but I'm going to read one of them out loud. But if you wanted to go back and pause and take a look at all the comments that they made right quick as I read through this specific one, you can go ahead and do that. So I presented the subject to a couple of people. I told them that they will remain anonymous, and one of the main things that I said was I was wondering if people were feeling like the compliments in the community, especially the notice me type of things, or people leaving extremely long comments on a post, were genuine acts of support, or do you think people are trying to get a notice me copy paste attitude towards it? And one of the responses were this. She said, I think some are genuine, but a lot of the time a compliment to me on a post or a DM is usually the same stuff that guy is saying to the rest of the women. It's not that it's not appreciated, but less appreciated when it's said in mass, making it not genuine. And that's actually a very good point to me, because when something's not actually from the heart, it could be a big reason why a lot of guys who do fall under the simp category aren't really getting the respect or the responses that they think they should. Because at a certain point, when the person sees you commenting on a lot of posts the same exact thing to a lot of girls, what really can you expect from the people that you're talking to? And on the subject, I think that expectations are extremely, I'm talking way too high from these people, because the second part of the question I asked was also, with the DMs and gifts and donations, do you think the guys really think they will be getting anything special from all this? And she responded, I think it's good to let people know beforehand that things are strictly donations and gifts. Never let someone assume they'll be getting something special. They might assume so if the girl personally asks them instead of putting it in a story. Even more so, she's flirting for it. But honestly, nobody is forcing them to donate. And that hits the hammer on the head of the nail right there. Nobody is forced to do anything. Nobody's forcing these girls to put themselves out there to be judged. So if they receive some type of bad or good judgment, to be honest, it should all even itself out, because no one's forcing you to put yourself out there, whether it be Twitch streaming, whether it be Instagram posts, a lot in the story on your page, or even with the new TikTok bloom that's coming out. No one's forcing anybody to put themselves out there. And at the same time, if you felt like you've been done wrong because somebody's not DMing you back or not responding to you maybe in 5 seconds or 6 seconds, but you think they're giving other people more attention than you can go ahead and draw back from that. Because to be honest, this medium that we use on social media, you can't really expect somebody to react to you as if you're talking to them in person, known them for a long time. And at the same time, if you're coming out of pocket for this person and you're donating to them, they should be expecting that to be support. They shouldn't be expecting you to want anything more from that. And that's the huge problem with the entire simp subject in the end. A lot of people, I think, are expecting some type of response, and that's what's starting to bother other people that are seeing all this go on in the first place. At the end of the day, you just gotta remember that you gotta put you first, and make sure you put your friends right up there at the same pedestal as you put yourself, and right there, you're always gonna be happy, because that's what I do every day. I see a lot of crazy comments online, but to be honest, you just have to learn how to go past some of them and leave it be. If you are a girl in the community and there's a bunch of guys bothering you, hey, hats off to you to try to deal with it and still be making your content. I know it'd be difficult for me to try to deal with something like that, especially if they don't get what they want. There's no telling what people are willing to do. I've actually seen some people quote unquote exposed for not doing this or trying to say something here or there, but all of that is extremely unnecessary. Well, honestly, at the same time, on both sides, some things are kind of unnecessary, because if you just ignore some of the things that these quote unquote simps are doing, you'll have a lot easier life. And to all these simps out there, and or to maybe 4 or 5 of them that probably clicked this video without worried about being offended, keep doing your thing, man, because honestly, some girls are eating all of this up, and if they're eating it up and it's a give and take situation, hey, if you love loving e-girls like I do, go ahead and show your love. I'm not going to be a simp. I'm not going to sit here and leave 2-3 paragraphs confessing my love to someone that I've never met in person, but I definitely enjoy the entertainment of having a mixed congregation of male and females in a gaming community, and everybody getting along and being mature. At the end of the day, that's all I really want to see. Everybody, thanks for seeing this out to the end. Thanks for listening. Leave me a comment if you have any other things that you want me to talk about, or something specific you want to say on this subject. Till next time, everybody, this is Creasos. You are you. Never stop being you. Peace.